Welcome to Pack Rat Route and Scale Model Railroad. I'm Gary Corbin. Today is the 4th of February 2020. Over the last bunch of days I've been doing some mock operations and with just one engine, and I got a switch or two, but anyway, kind of pondering how my railroad's gonna work and the engines that I'll need and everything. And I've seen one kind of lacking part in my lower yard here. To facilitate delivery from one destination, of course, it'd be different directions and stuff, but you leave out the yard in the north or the south. I'd like to kind of have the engines come back from that direction. Maybe change the load a little bit and stuff too, but do a little run around in here so that way I could swap the caboose around also, so I don't have to come down into the lower yard and actually interfere with any of the operations. I also took out the top switch in here, and that lengthened that out to about 45.5 inches, so that's nice and long for a local train. But I added another switch in at the top of this runaround spur area that also has the caboose runaround and another siding also. That way I can park the caboose here. I initially kind of planned it to be down in the lower yard where I parked the cabooses at, but that way everything's kind of up here and out of the way of the lower yard. And I'm not going to run a lot of caboose, I don't think. A few other trains I have planned, we'll just have the Fred devices on them, the blinking rear light. Other than that, I'll make another video after this one, kind of discussing operations a little bit, and kind of delve into also, this is my 1-year anniversary on YouTube, so I'll make a little video about that, and we'll sweep around the layout here, and haven't really done much on it except for messing with the track, trying to get that all down, get this the track phase done, and so it's coming along little by little. Well, enjoy this little lower yard update. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue down the lower yard. I did some couple changes. This section here, I moved this back about 3 inches, moved it back a little further. That way this line has about 46, I think that's what it is, about 44 inches to here. So it gives it a couple more inches longer on this runaround section. And what else? On this over here, I took out this yard spur, so that makes this one 46 inches long now here. And then this one, these two are about 42, I think, and this one's 39-ish, I think is what that one is. Yeah, that one's 39. And this next one here is going to be the rip track, which before I was thinking I was going to put caboose parking in there, but I'll show you something a little different here in a moment. And then these last two here, of course, will be for the engines. So what I've got is 3 sorting tracks here. With this track here, I might keep that for service to the cement plant. I'm not sure yet, but anyway, that's a nice long spur that I have here in the yard. And up here is the runaround track. And I have a, it's probably about a 32, 34 inch spur right here. And I'm going to change that up a little bit to make it a caboose runaround. Let me stage this up for you and I'll be right back. Okay, to make the runarounds and end arounds a lot easier for trains that have caboose, this way they can run around the caboose and swap ends without any really headaches. This is the runaround track here, so they can do a little run around there. And then this will have a nice long, probably a 20-25 inch siding on this side, and then on this side there'll be another 25 to 30 inch siding. That'll start up here. Obviously these tracks have to be lifted up and relayed, spread out a little bit more. And with removing this first track here, it did make this a little wider, so that gives me some more room to swing this out. Because what I think I'll do is go ahead and pull this turnout back to this joint here. That'll give it a little bit more swing to allow room for this siding, and that's going to kick that out a little bit, an inch and a half or so. But there's plenty of room up there, because eventually there'll be a road going through here and then up and out. But that's going to make the runaround a lot easier for engines with caboose that are on that route. Like I said before, I'll have probably some Fred devices on some of the trains, but I still want to do some old school trains running with caboose on them. So the track was secured down with white glue, so I used a putty knife and scraped that up and popped out all the glue sections, shot backed everything up, and used flex track for everything inside here except for the switches, of course. There are number 4s and number 6s. This is code 80 track, Atlas, and I do have a few lifelike switches in there too, but it turned out pretty nice. I don't have any caboose at this time, but I plan on having 6 or 8 of them, so I really need a kind of a spot to put them in. And this will also help with the operations that I kind of have planned. So it turned out pretty nice, so I'm happy with it, and it was a good idea and a good addition to the lower yard here and to the operations as a whole. Okay, I got the caboose runaround installed and glued down. Test run. Everything's working pretty good. The runaround starts up here. And goes down up there at about the first start of the yard lead there. And I went ahead and made some sidings on this also. I don't know, basically for like caboose siding here and whatever, probably a maintenance away siding over here, kind of maybe a combination of both. I also made this runaround long enough for a consist. There's 15 inches in between each switch, so that'll make for I can have a nice long 2-engine consist there, I guess, and the big locomotives, and still have room to park there and then run around another engine or whatever. But it was mainly designed for a caboose runaround, so you could swap ends easily without having to come down into the lower yard and interfere with yard operations. So that's turned out really nice. And then also I've got some more of the lower yard here glued down. I ran out of pins, so I had to wait till this morning to reset some of these pins and everything. But you'll see how it turned out here. And then this other small improvement here, I shortened this track up a few inches, and which makes it 38.5 inches long now, and that's 29.5 up to the next switch. So there's a nice kind of gap in between the yard switch there. And then this lower one has a 44-inch now. I just extended this out 3 inches. I pushed it back this way a little bit, just to the curve. And I got some of it glued down too. Where you see the stick pins, that's the I'll be gluing that down today, so the whole yard will be complete. Thanks for watching, guys.